Oh, we're back. This is so fun. Can I just tell you? We talk, but can I just tell you how fun this actually is? Like, I feel like I feel like every week, like people, like I'll have conversations with my friends, and they're like, "Hey, what do you think about the NFL?" Because I have like group chats or whatever about football, and I'm like, "Well, I can't tell you because I'm saving up for Thursday," and they're like, "Okay." Like, whatever. So I love that we do this. So I just wanted to say thanks. And then people in the chat, can you let us know if you can hear us or if I'm just talking to myself, which I do more often than I'd like to admit. How are you, Rahib? Oh, I can't hear you.
It's my fault. The little red button was flashing, but man, I am doing outstanding. Man, thanks to you, I've learned some things today. You are a great coach, and there are only a few. There's not very many people who can be in the presence of a good coach. Sometimes you just got to do it all on your own God-given athleticism. But that's neither here nor there. The point of it
Noted.
is that it's a great day. You know what I'm saying? I've learned some things today.
Yeah. And like just for some context, like well, you know this. I started my YouTube channel in December. And so I am a learner. That's what I do. I learn crap. I have been learning so much about YouTube. And so it's little things and I'm overloaded on information. So anytime somebody's like, "Hey, what about this?" I'm like, I have an answer. So listen, it's nice to teach people. And as you now created a thumbnail on your own. So
Shout out to me.
like yeah, so you'll just continue to get better and better and better. That's the fun part of this, right?
Hey, the slow people, you got to work with them quite a while. So,
Oh, stop. You're not slow. Stop it. Hey, outsider. So also I wanted to say a couple of things. So first of all, shout out to me. So as of yesterday, I officially worked out for 365 consecutive days. So I am patting myself on the back because I know everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, I gotta go work out. 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 I actually do go to the gym. The gym is my garage. I don't go far. I actually do step into the garage and I work out every day. Do I go hard every day? Do I lift weights every day? Do I do all the things every day? Absolutely not. But it is about taking that hour of my time and of my life to dedicate to myself. So I don't care if I'm walking for an hour on a treadmill. I don't care if I'm walking for 10 minutes. I don't care if I'm jogging for 15 minutes. And then some days, obviously, I get in there and really go at it. But my point is, that's how I show up for myself. And I am going to brag that I'm showing up for myself every single day. And so that was yesterday. So I just wanted to say that publicly.
all right, let me go. Let me go ahead and let's just go ahead and get into it real quick. So you telling me you worked out for 360
300,
how many days?
300 today. Actually, I've already worked out today. 366 days.
And
every day.
Okay, it depends. Are you saying I'm talking about actual workout? I ain't talking about that you walk to the mailbox and you call that a walking
No, I'm
activity.
talking about going into the gym and working out. I do it every day. I do it every single solitary day. Every day. And the thing is I always tell people, like, I go in there and sometimes I'll just like walk on the treadmill and incline for 30 minutes. And it's like, it's not anything, but it's just committing that time to myself. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So that's
Okay,
what I do.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to put a
But
poll up. You need to put a poll. Who believes?
oh my God, I don't know how to do it. Oh, but you know, but you know how I feel. I don't care if anybody on here doesn't agree with what I'm doing in my life. Like, let's be honest. I can come on here and be like, I have 7 husbands, and I don't care if anybody doesn't agree with me. Like, it doesn't mean I don't or do have what I'm saying I have.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Right. And the other thing is I'm just making a point to say, because here lately, a lot of people have reached out to me that have been like, how do you make time for yourself? How do you do this? And it's like, just make a choice. Dedicate time to yourself. Just get in the gym. It's fine. So anyways,
He does.
yeah. The other thing is too, I totally am aware that you are going to give me crap. So that's why I brought it up, because I like when you give me crap. So it's like my personal joy that you like give me crap. So thank you for that. Thank you for
let me
obliging.
Allow me to back it up. Let me just say this. Congratulations on 366 days. You said it. I believe it. So I'm good with it. Congratulations.
It is what it is. And the other thing is, we have a super chat, but it's on your side. So should I play my Longhorn?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Should I play my Longhorn?
I don't have a team, so you can play whatever you want to play.
Okay, cool. So Mike has given $10 super chat. So thank you, Mike. Rawhide appreciate. Ah, Bevo. We're on a bye week this week. It was nice to see Bevo. So yeah. Anyways, we're here. What is our topic today? Who cares games? So we've mentioned before, and after I say this, Rawhide, I'm giving the floor to you to do what you're supposed to do. Don't screw this up, okay? So we are going to talk about games that we like don't really care, games of the week. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're football fans. Listen, we're probably going to watch the games that we say we don't care about some way, shape, or form. But they aren't games that we're just going to be like, oh, yay, this game's on. I'm so happy this game is on. And so those are the games that we're going to talk about this week, as we do every week. I have 2 games, I have 2 and a possible. Rawhide has 2 and a possible. So really it's 3, let's be honest. And then we just talk about it, and then we just engage in good old-fashioned football talk. And whatever comes up, and it just kind of is what it is. So before we get into our first game, before Rawhide starts us with his first game, what we're going to do is Rawhide is going to tell us about his Discord.
Oh my God. Yeah. Y'all know I'm bad at asking for things, but hey, Rose a day, how everybody's doing? Hey, if y'all would, y'all know we got the Rawhide family, and you can become an official member of the Rawhide family. Just hit that link in my description, become a member, and that will allow you to have access to Discord where it's nothing but buffoonery. Let's just call it what it is.
If you want to join some chaos, you're more than welcome to join some chaos. So Mike is showing me some love. I appreciate you, Mike. So he sent in a $20 super chat. So let's give the people
shout out. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. And welcome back. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, so I appreciate you. And then my girl Rosa Day is dropping me some love. I just love these people. You guys are so lovely. Thank you to all you lovely people. It makes me so happy whenever I see that, because I'm like, oh, you like what I'm blabbing about? Thank you. So the thing that Rawhide said, he said everything right except for once you become a member on the channel, then you have to link your YouTube to join the Discord. So yeah, you're getting better. You're getting better. The more I put you on the spot.
I mean, let's just be honest about it. Look, who cannot think about this? To not join the Discord and miss out on an opportunity to have close conversations about any and everything, man. Who would miss that? I mean, why would you let that go?
Yeah,
that's the selling point in itself.
I will say the cool thing I like is that we've added like other tabs. So there's like other things that are going on in there now, like as different seasons start and different things like that. Oh yeah, we've always had a political tab though. Anywhere I'm at, there's always a political tab. But we also have a basketball tab in there. We also have a shows and all the other things. So people like basketball. I was going to say volleyball. No one cares about volleyball.
Right, but see, you still missing it. You do your political shows. What? They get to talk to you about your politics.
Oh, about politics, yeah. So it's kind of funny because people are talking about politics in there, and it's not always like I'm not always in those conversations. So it's just nice I like conversations. Like, that's my favorite thing, is like, talk about it. You don't have to agree. You don't even have to like each other after you talk, but like, talk about it. And I just think in 2024, we don't talk enough. And so that's why it's like, I know one thing that gets people talking and people have opinions, even if you have no idea what the hell you're talking about, it's politics.
Make America great again.
There we go. Here we go. This man puts up a fist and says, "Make America great again." Like, the message is a little off. Like, maybe I don't have the right intentions to troll. It wasn't quite. It wasn't quite it. So that's funny.
God.
That's super funny. The other thing is, I just realized I didn't flag. I think somebody, so Bishop gifted a membership. And so I think that when he gifted that membership, I believe J-Dub got that membership. I believe. If that's not how that happened, somebody please correct me. But
yeah. Hey, shout out J-Dub 318. Hey, man, welcome to the family. Shout out Bishop, man, for gifting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you are.
Thank all y'all.
Cool. So, yeah, let's get into it. So you are, hey, I've never seen this name before. Hello there. Hi there, guys. Hi. I've never seen that name before. Now you have people saying Trump 2024 and throwing up fists. Like, you know what? I love Black people.
Hey, you have turned a different shade. You have just got just a little hint of red in your skin right now. I'm just saying,
I love Black people. If you don't know what that movie is from, if you don't know where that's from, I can't help
my
you.
God.
Or wait, he was screaming into a mic. I think he was screaming to a phone, right? And he was like, "I love Black people." Anyways,
is that the one with what's it, the funny goofy man?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name? I can't hit the Pharaoh. He's not a Pharaoh.
He's
Poland.
Mike. What?
Well, we talking about two different movies.
It was is it Any Given Sunday? Is that what it's called?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you was talking
where
about
where he got the player, and it was what's the one dude saying Tom Cruise was yelling into the phone because he got the deal done. He's like,
oh no. See, I was thinking about the political movie with the heavyset dude that played in when they went to Vegas. Him and the funny dude to be on USC. Movie? Yeah, and they was running for mayor, and the other dude that be standing on the sideline at USC games. What's the name? Colin Farrell. But yeah, you talking about Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, I just know that's the movie. Yeah, I just remember when they were yelling in the phone. They're like, I often do that, to be honest with you, just randomly when I'm talking to friends, because my group chats are pretty fun.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have said that. I apologize. I just knew it was gonna spur a reaction. So I just went for it.
It's kind of funny how many people like getting reactions from me. If you want my attention, just say that. If you want my attention, you could just be like, "Hey, can I have your attention, please? I need it."
Yeah.
But we'll tell you, not everybody can get a reaction out of me. So I always tell people, you can measure how I feel about you by if you get a reaction out of me. If you get no reaction out of me, you ain't shit. But if you get a reaction out of me, you might be doing something. It means I care. Anyways, we are off.
We are off the chain. Yeah, we are so far off topic. Yeah.
So anyway, so your picks for this week. So what is your first matchup that you don't really care, but we all know that you'll be watching? My thing is tell me my Wi-Fi is going in and out. So if my Wi-Fi is going in and out, that means I have failed at getting that Obama internet. Damn. So I really failed. Obama, it's only his fault.
You are insane.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh my God! Yeah, we wilding out. We wilding out. We are wilding out today.
Obama. Probably Hillary Clinton. It's probably in Hillary Clinton's email somewhere.
Oh my God! Oh, shots fired! Shots fired! Hey, hold
Hillary
on.
Clinton.
Let me straighten this back. Let me straighten this back up. and get in this football real quick. Let's straighten this up. Yeah, I know, GOAT, bro. It's wilding out. Hey, let me just, before I get into this, I want to just.
Barack Hussein, I just can't.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, you know I ain't gonna say that. I'll leave that alone. But
Barack Hussein. Is that not how he says it? But is that not how he says it? I mean, hold on. Who in the chat has heard how Donald Trump says Barack Hussein Obama? He's like Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah, you gotta stress the middle name. You have to stress the middle name.
Barack. Anybody heard of him? Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh yeah.
No, okay. Can I add one more thing? The other thing he does really good is when he talks about black people, because this is how you can tell he like hates black people. He'll go, and black people. He's like, and black people. I'm like, bruh, they're black people. He's like, black people. I'm like, all right, guys. Anyways, 2024, bitches.
I deserved it. I did deserve all of that, and I apologize again. I apologize. You lined me up real good just there. But yeah, my first game was gonna be an NFL game, and I wondered before I jumped into the NFL game. I kind of want to say that I would like that. Adams to go to Baltimore or Pittsburgh. Devontae.
Okay.
He'll probably do a better job at Pittsburgh than at Baltimore, but I'd like to see those two teams, one of those two teams win that sweepstakes.
This fool just said, I like Clinton Care better than Monica Package.
Oh my God. Here we go. Again, I'm sorry. Hey, that's on me. That's on me.
Okay. I like it.
You like it? Okay.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's funny.
That's how I learned what blowjobs were. So, like, hey, what a great moment in history. What a great moment in history. Y'all said President Clinton didn't do anything. Look what they did, okay? Men, you should be happy women knew about blowjobs thanks to Bill Clinton.
Yeah. What she said. I hear what she said. I don't know which way to point. All right.
So whenever you get the pleasure, you need to be like Bill Clinton.
Oh my God.
And I'm an equal employment opportunity, so it's not just whoever's getting the blowjob. I'll just say, kudos. Yeah, don't say Democrats never done anything for you. Anyways,
man, you are man. That's crazy. You crazy today. Hey, I'm sorry again.
Person that it's like they're like, don't turn her up. Don't turn her up.
I'm sorry.
Don't turn her up. No, I'm like, blowjobs saying Bill Clinton.
Okay, all right, we good. We good. Oh, hey, look, hey, this is my fault.
Look. This person turns me up and it's like, oh no, whoa, no, don't, shh. Be a quiet woman. Don't do that.
Oh, snap. Oh,
quiet woman. Don't be a nasty woman.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead. I'm on my best behavior. I get it. Everybody, calm down. Everything is okay. If you send me a $50 super chat, I'll keep going. So anyway.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. We're 30 minutes in and we've talked about nothing of substance. So
we had okay. Yeah, all right.
Everybody goes and votes. Go and vote. Make sure you're registered to vote.
They do need to do that. Yeah. But so I said the Browns. No, I'm sorry. I said, that was the game, right? Browns and Commanders. Did I mention my game or I hadn't mentioned my game?
You haven't even mentioned your game. You were talking about
that's
Devontae
right.
Adams.
Man, that's crazy. I said that about Devontae Adams. I want them to go there, but I'll get to my game. The Browns and the Commanders. Now, it's like, the theme of the show today. games you really don't care about, which I could care less if neither one of those teams won or lost at this point. Deshaun Watson he didn't forgot how to play football. But if people find that interesting, right, to get a lot of payback or for themselves anyway, for their moral compass. But anyway, the Commanders.
Moral compass.
No, wait, hold on, no. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about people and how they feel about certain issues, and so his failure helps their moral compass. That's all I'm saying. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Can I just say something? We've talked about politics, right? And now you're going to moral compass. And something about these two things just play really well. So go ahead. The Browns and the Commanders.
Yeah. So the other side of it is Jaden Daniels, right? He has grabbed some attention on how well he's been throwing the ball. So, it's a game that I could care less about the end result, but I can find something in it enough to go turn it on.
How are you liking him so far?
Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
I like him. I think Cliff Kingsbury makes offense easy.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I don't see when I say that, it makes it sound like I'm taking something away from him. That's not what I'm doing. And
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. You're talking to somebody that understands sports. You don't have to pacify and make it sound good and all. I got you. I know what you're saying.
I got you. Yeah.
I woke up today and said petty activated.
Yeah.
So to be fair, So I, as a Steelers fan, anytime the Browns are playing, I am paying attention just because like AFC North stuff. But I like the game. I like the game, I guess I like the game. So the one game that I don't really care, but I know I'm going to be watching, and I kind of complained about this game, and then after I complained about it before we went live, I'm like, I'm going to make that my game. The Jets and the Vikings. So can I just rant about the fact that we have these early freaking games? And I wasn't going to pick this game until I realized that the Steelers play them in 3 weeks. But I watched the Jets last week play the Broncos, and then I watched them the week before play the Patriots. So what I saw this Jets team do last weekend, yes, it was raining and all those things. Got it. I don't know who the Jets are. And I know they have a good defense. Got it. But I don't know what this Jets offense really is. And I don't know if it's just because it's early in the season. They need time to gel. They need time to figure it out. But I just don't know. And then obviously the Vikings are doing what they're doing. I mean, I think they tried everything they could to blow the Packers game and give that game away, and they weren't able to successfully allow the Packers to win. So they ended up winning. And so I like I said before, I wasn't going to pick this game because I don't like early morning games. The whole traveling and all the stuff that they do with these games, I think it's dumb. But I do think it's going to be like an interesting game to just kind of watch and do a test on like, how are these teams traveling? What is it going to look like? What's going on? What do I think and feel? And so I don't care about this game, but I'll probably watch the game.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I'll probably watch.
I'm right there with you too.
Yeah. Do you like these early games?
No.
So also like for context, I'm one of those football watchers that were like, as soon as the first game comes on, I'm watching football until the very last game stops. Yes, I do like things here and there, but like most of the time, if football is on, I'm going to be watching it. And I hate it because I feel like when there's just early game, the games usually aren't good. They're usually just kind of blah. And then like my midday games, I don't give enough attention to because I'm already annoyed that I just was up early watching these like blah games. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right. There's a super. Go ahead. You can answer that, and then I'll talk about the super chat.
Okay. No, I was going to talk about that. You know what you were saying about the Jets and the Vikings. I know what the NFL is doing, but I think they put the fan base here. I think they're at a disadvantage because you're stealing a home game from them, and we know how
See, yeah.
expensive those tickets are. So I just kind of I wanted to mention that. I
Oh.
don't like those. So 8:30
I
fine.
wish
I
that
don't.
they would make it an away game for both teams. Like, meaning still give them the same amount of home games that you would normally give them. Like, don't make this a home game for a team. Why? Neither one of them are home.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
So,
I
but
don't
you know
know.
what?
Yeah.
That makes too much sense.
I don't know. I don't know how the math works out, but yeah, if they could do that, that's what they need to do.
Yeah. So J-Dub says, raw, Jaden, real deal. You wasn't sold at LSU also.
I wasn't, because I seen that dude lose some games by himself. When he first got to LSU, and he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Then his second year at LSU, there was some improvement with him, and I didn't necessarily believe him as a passer. He gets to the NFL, he's looking pretty good. But remember when something was first said about it, what we said about Cliff Kingsbury. He makes it easy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Again, but I'm not taking it from him.
But I was just going to say, and that's okay. That's why I always say it doesn't matter if you're the best of the best of the best. It matters the system and program you're going to. That's why I'm like, this is anybody that watches these, like, that's what matters. It's like, you need to go find a place that works for you and your skill set. We had this conversation last week about Micah Parsons and me saying, like, Dallas, like this, the way they're calling their defense now, it's like, it doesn't. Dan Quinn did a better job of making sure that Parsons shined last year, and I just don't see the Cowboys doing that this year. But whatever.
Well, they got that all-world defensive coordinator to know all the defenses in the world, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, and you're seeing it. Yep. All that crap, and you're seeing it. He's probably those same people are probably Trump supporters. So, anyways, your turn.
Oh, these body blows today. The body blows today. Okay, now I'm surprised that they're not playing later. I guess they needed to move the other game. They got a college game, and that's Utah State at Boise State. There's only really I could absolutely care less who wins, right? I think Utah State football is just a punching bag,
right?
But that's not what we're talking about,
right?
It's a terrible game, but there is one aspect of it is that Boise State got this dude by Aston Genty.
Running back.
I am curious to see if he goes for 300 yards against Utah State. Now, Utah State with the 114th ranked rush defense. So
he should.
I want to see him hit. Yeah, I want to see him get 3 bills.
Well, and because the other thing is too, there's a couple of reasons why we're watching. Right? It is Heisman, because he's now he's getting people's attention for the Heisman. And has Boise State lost?
One game. They lost to I think Oregon by 34-37.
Okay.
I think that's Boise. Yeah, 37-34. Oregon beat them by 3 points.
That's a great loss. Interesting. Okay. And that's the thing I like about this. And I think too, this is why I try not to get too high or too low, is like, it's easier to adjust or like figure out what's going on week like 5 and then again in week like 8 and then again, because it gives you like a lot more runway to figure out like exactly what you're working with. So that's an interesting game. I might actually. No, I'm not gonna. If it's on,
but see, the good thing is they play at 6, not 9:15. So at least it's in the middle of the day where you might could go back and forth on it.
Do you think it's so weird that how do you leave the Pac-12 and then play Pac-12 game hours?
I think that was part of it, to fill particular time slots.
And because they're on the Mount West. And then they can kind of dominate the whole. Yeah, they can do 11, the 3, the 6.
Mm-hmm. See, like Big Ten can take. Right. The Big Ten can take advantage of that midnight time. Well, it ain't midnight, but that 9:15 Central Standard Time slot.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. I never thought about it. Yeah. It's actually a really good point.
Yeah. And obviously the SEC don't need that because it is absolutely the best college football conference.
Also, I just want to say here, because I keep missing him, RJ, if you listen to this, if you see this, if you're in the chat, I don't know, I might clip it up and just put out a message for RJ. You were absolutely right in your assessment of Kentucky being a tough out. You didn't say you thought they were going to win a ton of well, I don't know if you said they were going, it doesn't matter, but you were spot on them being a tough out because they look tough. And they've consistently now been tough against two good teams. And so, RJ, if you ever see this, if I ever catch you, anything, like, I need you to know that you were right and I was wrong about that because I was giving him grief in the chat. I'm like, don't nobody care about that? Like, don't nobody care about that. But I will say that was a good call out. That was a really good call out, RJ. So if you're listening, RJ, if you're listening.
RJ, I ain't giving you no credit for getting lucky.
But that's also his team. So like maybe he knew something. Like, and that's what I always tell people. Like, if it's your team, you probably know way more than I know. You probably just know more than I know. So the other game I was going to say, and I just want to complain for 1 second because I hate when the NFL does this. So the NFL has 4 games in the second block. And the reason why I hate when they do this is because I feel like they don't allow the games to just like be played. There's always one of these games that people are going to be like, oh, the officiating's terrible. It's going to be this. And then somebody's going to be blown out. And because that team's getting blown out, everything else is going to kind of be whatever. So that's a shot at the NFL because I think they do a terrible job of making sure people are watching these terrible games. And so I just wanted to say that because they piss me off. But the other game that I actually don't care about that I'm going to be watching, and I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud, but I'm going to, is the Rams and the Packers. Here's why. I normally don't watch either one of these teams. They don't really make it into my whatever because they just usually don't. They're like the two teams I probably don't know a lot about, and I don't like when I don't know a lot about a team. So usually I will try to make myself kind of just watch them because as a fan, I like to like size up my team, I want to see who these other teams are. Like I've seen plenty of Tennessee, spoiler, they're terrible. I've seen Denver. We played Denver. I obviously watched the Chargers. I'm in the AFC North, so I watch all of them. I watch the Lions. I've watched Chicago. So my point is these are kind of two teams I don't know a lot about. And I'm just kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to see like who they really are. And they're playing in the window where not a lot of other games are going on. So the chances of me actually paying attention to them is probably really high. And so I'm just kind of curious to see like, what are these two teams? I watched the Rams, I think week 1, I think. Was that week 1? And it was late. I think I watched them week 1. I watched them make Brock Purdy look like a middle tier quarterback week 2, I think that was. But I caught the fourth quarter. I didn't like catch the beginning. So I'm just kind of curious to like sit and watch these two teams. And do I care about either one of them? Well, no. But I'm just curious. I'm curious to see like what they have going on. I just want to see what they have going on.
Well, I mean, let's be honest about it. We need to see if the Rams is going to lose so they can draft Shedeur Sanders.
That too. It's like and you'll like I try to convey this in my videos, but like I don't want to say I'm a student of the game. That's dramatic. But as a fan, I want to know what every team has going on. Will I know every player in depth and who's hurt and all that? No. But I do want to be able to just like give an opinion because that's what this is all about. And I don't really know anything about the Rams and the Packers. And then I watched the Packers look awful in the first half. I didn't watch them last week, but I just saw them looking terrible. And then I saw them like give the game back to Minnesota. And now I'm just curious, like, who is this Packers team? Jordan Love is back. They're young, all the things. And I just want to see it. I just want to see what they look like. And then, yes, the Rams, listen, I'm selfishly thinking that's where Shedeur is going to go. But I also just kind of want to see what they look like because I have no clue. I don't think I can name 3 people off that team right now. And one of them I know because I went to Texas. hook them. But I don't think I can name 2 other people not quarterback and not Cooper Kupp. And I don't even think he's playing anymore.
No,
I think
he got
he's hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, so I can't name. Can you name 3? Can you name 2 other Rams? I don't even know who's on the team
Outside of the quarterback and Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
No, not off the top of my head.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure if I thought about it, but like, so I'm saying that to say I don't like when that's how I am with teams. Like, I want to know who's playing. And then same with Green Bay. I mean, obviously I know the quarterback,
Jones, running back.
the running back, and then the corner. Is it the corner? The corner that's really good for
Alexander.
Green Bay?
Is it Alexander?
Zaire, maybe Alexander Zaire. We probably butchered all that. That's probably somebody else's first name. But
yeah,
but that's my.
You got it right. You said it.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So that's my thing. Is like I don't like that. I want to be able to watch and be like, oh okay. I kind of know these guys. So, anyways, and also like I did a fan series and I didn't realize how many of those fans would still be like, hey, did you see the thing I said 4 months ago? And I'm like, no, I didn't. So let me go find those things. So there's that.
Well, good thing they ain't somebody I know. They expect you to know it. They remember it.
No, I'm like, no. And that was, by the way, that was so fun. Like I don't know if I'll do it again this offseason, but it was so fun just to like talk to the fan bases from all these NFL teams because yeah, people were like, it was fun. It was good. It was good conversation too, like mature conversation about their teams. You know what? You don't find that very often. It was nice. I think NFL fans though are more mature than college football fans.
They are. Yeah.
I
mean, I heard New York fans act like Daniel Jones was a good quarterback. I thought that was the craziest thing. I thought that was the craziest thing I've heard in my life. I was what? What? Hey, Ray Charles can see that Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. But I digress. Hey, hold on.
I'm leaving it.
I'm just gonna tell you.
Nope.
They literally had me second guessing everything that I thought I knew.
Nope.
I went back. Oh my God. Hey, that's right. We know that. I apologize. But oh my God. You said something about refereeing and earlier. You know, do you like the NFL? Okay, in comparison, well, let me just say this. Let me just say it first. When we watch a lot of college football, obviously, right? Because we cover teams, right? And we watch a lot of NFL clearly because we talk about them a lot. So, but when watching the game and the refs and how it's officiated, I think the NFL refs are like 2 or 3 times better than college refs.
So I don't know if I agree or disagree with that. I think though the NFL calls impact games more than college football calls. Because in the NFL, like they'll kill whole drives. Like, and I think the thing that pisses me off about the NFL, and I don't know if college does this, so if they do, like, correct me. The NFL will fuck up something, and then the next day they'll be like, hey, sorry. We screwed that up. We screwed that up. We screwed that up. And we screwed that up. And we're very sorry. And you're like, what? Mm-hmm. What do you want us to do with that?
Nothing.
So you admitted to screwing it up. Those official. And here's my other complaint. And now I'm going to vent about the refs. See, you got me going. Why do they have to do press conferences? Like, why does the NFL speak on behalf of their refs? Why does it, like, you can't, my point is they don't get held accountable. There's nothing that is, what happens, right? Like, are they getting emailed? Is there phone calls? Are they having meetings? Or, because I guess my thing is if you put a person in charge of standing out in front of the press and taking questions from them, I guarantee you some of these things would be different, because now that person is going to take accountability for all of these games. And so if that one person has to come out there and they have to defend that crap, it's going to change things. And this is a professional football league. This is like, so that's all my point is, like, who's accountable? And then the other thing that pisses me off is we all know they wear earpieces. We all know they wear earpieces. We all know New York is watching all of these games. We all know, because we see the replays at home, that they're seeing the same thing. Why aren't they radioing down more often to say, hey, pick up that flag? Hey, just so you know, like, you meant, like, not saying you have to do on every play, but I feel like they're, and I'm not just complaining about this because I thought the Steelers had a whole drive that was killed because of the officials. That did happen. But I think it was it the Saints? I was watching another game and it was like the same thing and I'm like, I'm not even a fan of either of these teams, and I'm watching them be screwed. Like, who holds the officials accountable? The answer is nobody. They just,
I think they get graded though. I guess my only take on it is this. Officials, I think in a game, officials, even more so than players and coaches, they are the only people that either makes a professional sports, football and basketball, what it is, or the WWE. Once faith is lost in the officials, you can't sell it anymore. You can't even gamble it. So I kind of see why they don't get interviewed.
so then they're protecting him. Then,
Well, I think they're protecting the integrity of the game.
but are you though? Because you're the reason. like I know. Listen, I know you watched the Steelers game. I know you watched the game. So here it is. You wanted it, you got it. Here it is. Hey Arsenal, how are you, sir? He does Locked On Steelers, and he was my my Steelers fan that I talked to. So here's the thing that happened in the Steelers game for those of you that didn't watch the Steelers game. So on first down, Joe Flacco throws the ball, right? He was about to get sacked, so he lets go of the ball. It's clearly intentional grounding. No one's close. No one's even there. No one calls anything. Okay, so they miss the call. Cool. I'm cool with that. Second down, Hayward wraps up Joe Flacco, which historically, that's all you can do because they don't want you to slam the quarterback. Because if he slams the quarterback, now it's a 15-yard penalty. So he wraps him up. It should be a sack. So Joe Flacco standing there with Hayward's arms wrapped around him, not tackling him to not get flagged. Joe Flacco throws the ball away. They didn't call a safety. They allowed that play to happen. So now it's 2nd and 10. So you've now missed 2 calls based on the NFL rules of how you told defenders that you can tackle. Okay, cool. You missed it. Fine. We're human. The very next play, 3rd and 10. By the way, the Steelers had just scored on a previous drive, all these things, right? So getting off the field and getting us the ball back, obviously, is a big thing. So then the BS call happens with Minka. And anyone with eyes knows it was a bad call. So it was a 15-yard penalty. And everyone's like, this is a bad call. 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 They called nothing. They threw a penalty flag. We get penalized 15 yards. Now it's first down. I'm not even going to get into the holding around TJ Watt's waist. I'm leaving that alone. But my point is, then on Monday, the NFL comes out and says, oh yeah, that was a terrible call. That was terrible. Yeah, that was really bad. So my thing is this. So 3 bad calls in a row, and then 24 hours later, you're going to tell me it was a bad call? No, like, I don't understand that, because if I was a bettor, which I don't bet, but if I wouldn't bet because I wouldn't trust the refs. I think it's negatively impacting the game more than it's protecting integrity. Because then you came out and you admitted it. It was terrible. So you knew it was terrible. Everybody knew it was terrible. We didn't get the ball back. the Colts score the next, whatever, and everything. And then we're supposed to just be like, oh, it's fine. They just missed it. It's fine. So that's all I'm saying. And then didn't something happen in the Chiefs game on Sunday night 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
With the Falcons?
I don't know what happened. I guess what I'm saying is I understand everything you're saying, right? Because what you're saying is you want them to do their job better.
Just be consistent.
Right. And I don't disagree with that. I just think there's an issue is that once you put a mic in front of their face and you have them speak, then the integrity that I'm talking about as far as being affected, there are things that they say that people can garner how they say and how they said it and how they may respond in the future.
So what if then it's the NFL officials that aren't actually officiating? It's like the NFL officiating.
If they had a spokesman or something, I get it. Maybe I think that would make less of it. But if if you got your Steelers and a ref come in there, the lead official on the field, they make a mistake, bad call, cost them the game. They come in there, they get bombarded by questions, then they hitting them, having to explain, boom, boom.
Yeah.
After 2 or 3 of those, then refs, just like anybody else, are starting to make business decisions.
That's true. So then maybe not the actual refs. I'm okay with the NFL official head guy or somebody having to just have a conversation on Tuesday morning. Mm-hmm. And because I guess my point is this, or if y'all are going to grade them and do all these things, let us know these things. I just feel like, I feel like this happens. It's almost like you can make a mistake over and over and over in a game, and we just have to live with it. Nothing happens. It is what it is. And your punishment is you might not get to ref the Super Bowl. Are you kidding? Or you don't get to ref the playoffs. Like, okay. Like some of our teams aren't even going to make the playoffs. So like, anyways, so I think, again, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what they can do. I just know for a fact, last week I watched my team on 3 consecutive plays and the officials just didn't do what they were supposed to do. They actually just didn't do what they were supposed to do, because if any of those plays, they would have picked up Joe Flacco to sack him to make sure they got the call, then they would have been flagged for a penalty. So there's nothing they could have done to get a different result. The ref just didn't do their job.
Yeah, the only thing I think that personal foul penalties should be reviewable.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think that.
Yeah,
because they're so subjective.
Yeah,
and depending on where the ref is standing, and his angle and how he see it is dependent on how it's called.
I could go for that. The truth is, and you lied to us. We get lied to all the time. Act like you're going to review it, but really somebody in New York is like, yeah, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I just and if that is the compromise, I'm okay with that. But there's just some big moments happening in these games, and I think they're just failing. And I hate it, actually. I hate it. So, and what do you do? There's nothing you can do. Yeah. You just pick it up and you watch it next week.
Exactly.
So, you're right. Anyways, I just went off on a whole tangent. I don't even know who was next.
I think that's a great ref conversation. You know what I mean? But my only point. So clearly, you think that the NFL and college refs are about the same, then?
I think it's about the same, only because I feel like they're playing with different rules. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, there's been some really bad calls in college football too. So, I think somebody asked Sark, like, oh, have you noticed the officiating difference now being in the SEC? And he was like, absolutely not. It's about the same as it was in the Big 12. Like, no, they're not good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I don't like how to me the way they ref college football, it makes it clunky, and they play clunky instead of the NFL. All the grabbing and holding on routes, I cannot stand that.
I agree with you, but you know what so I have a sneaky suspicion here because, and I'm trying to use my words carefully because normal people are going to be like, oh, what I've noticed is when teams play lesser competition, I noticed the refs are very friendly to the underdog. And it's like, okay, Texas blew up Mississippi State. Mississippi State wasn't ever going to beat Texas. But there were times where I was like, oh, y'all didn't see him grab the receiver by his waist and spin him around. Okay. But I think they feel bad for the team that they know probably won't quite do, and it's like, it's their way to kind of control the games. And to be honest with you, I think that's actually what's happening. And that's why nothing will happen, is because this allows them to have a little bit of control over what's going on. I think it's about control. I think it's about control and it's about power. And I think that the more you have advertisements for betting and this and that and blah and all the things, you have to be able to control something. You have to, because let's be honest, let's take this conversation further because we're both mature adults. In business, this is how businesses operate, right? Your business is always looking for a competitive advantage. That's how you do business. And whatever your competitive advantage is, you utilize that when you need it. I think the competitive advantage for the NFL, a way that they can kind of control things, is officiating. And I think that's why it will never change, and it will always be subjective. It will always be this thing, because you know what else is going to happen? Now more people are going to be watching because they want to see what people are bitching about. They want to see what people are talking about. And it's their competitive advantage. And I think, yeah, because if you notice teams, people will be like, oh, well, yeah, we got to play, so-and-so. Hope the refs don't, you know what I mean? It's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And
it's cover two. I'm just kidding.
Not the cover two. Not the cover two. And let me just also say, Texas, Mississippi State, I won that. I took Mississippi State in the points. Thank you.
Yeah, why did you give us that 40 points? That's wild.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I ain't want you to fly too high. I'm just saying.
No, I thought that was crazy. Even my video, I was like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. But whatever. Yeah.
So is it my turn to pick a game?
I think it's your turn. Yeah, it's your third game. All
right. So I already did
You did Boise State and
the Browns and the Commanders.
The Browns. Yeah. So this is your third one.
All right. The last one is Ole Miss versus South Carolina. A good old nice Southern day on a Saturday where it just means more. You know what I'm saying? The old Dixie,
the good
Mississippi.
Old SEC.
There you go. Hey. Dixie, hail Dixie in Mississippi.
That's funny.
She said that's funny.
That's funny. I'm just gonna leave it.
You ain't gonna bite on that one, huh?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it is. South Carolina.
But the thing is I don't disagree with you. So what do you want me to say?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Ole Miss Bears, if y'all didn't know, but I don't even think any fan calls them the Bears. They're still the Rebels, but it's neither here nor there. And South Carolina.
What an interesting game. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because South Carolina's 3-1. Ole Miss is 4-1. I want to know if Jackson Dart is going to get back into Heisman contention.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I don't know what's going on at Ole Miss. I've only watched them play one time, and that was last week. And they were getting bullied in the trenches. Like, I was like, oh,
because they're a finesse team.
They're a finesse team. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're just a finesse team, and they've always been that way. That's the problem with Lane Kiffin. That's why he went. They spent all that money, got old boy Nolan out of Texas A&M. But the deal is, though, if you don't teach it, you can't play it. You know what I'm saying? I know. Well, I ain't gonna get into that. That doesn't even matter. I'm just saying, because I've made this statement before concerning others,
Yeah.
but other teams. But with this team here, if you don't coach it, you can't play it. It ain't all of a sudden Ole Miss don't know how they ain't playing good defense. They never play good defense.
So I think that's a good point. I think it's General Vic that was like, I work late, like I work. And now I see after watching them play again, it was against Kentucky. So again, the thing that's funny with football is sometimes you can watch a team and you're like, did they really lose to them? And at the end of the season, that team they lost to comes out to be 8-4, 9-3, or whatever. So that was actually a good team. But they were getting bullied. And I was just kind of like, oh, this is interesting. Like, this isn't what I expected. But then,
I mean,
to be fair, Kentucky did the same thing to Georgia. So
yeah. And that's the thing with Ole Miss is that, granted, now if they go play some other team, right, out of the conference, like a Penn State, they'll beat them like they did last year. But that's neither there either. But they have enough talent on the team to generally speaking, beat everybody, right? In the SEC except for the premier teams of Georgia and Alabama. And they'll run through them because the offense is so prolific, beating everybody under those two teams. But those two teams not only recruit better than them, they're more physical. That's why they typically never beat the good teams. That's why Kentucky plays such a good game against them. You know what I'm saying? Physical at the point of attack. Ole Miss is soft. It's just a soft program. And getting players does not make your program. You can get all the 5-star defensive tackles and defensive ends year in and year out. If you don't teach a physical style of brand of football, they are not going to be physical. It's just not going to happen.
Texas for the Texas.
You know what I'm saying?
10 years.
Right.
You're 100% right. And that's always my thing and that's why when I tell people, they're like, I'm like, I have been a Texas fan. Okay. I know. Trust me.
But it ain't just y'all though. Oklahoma the same way. Oklahoma was the exact same way. Y'all were built the same.
Yeah. And that's what I always say is like, and I still kind of say this as a caution in some of my videos. I'm like, I don't know, it's put up or shut up time. And that's basically what I mean. Like, are you going to go hit somebody in the face? Like, you've told me you are. You look like you want to. I'm kind of seeing that you are, but I want to actually see you do it. Like, I want to see you bully somebody. I just want to see it. Just show me you can do it. Show me you have it in you. The other thing I want to say, well, I'll say that at the end because I want to say something about yours because I feel like everybody likes to talk about my team when I'm not around. Go figure. The other thing, the other game I'm going to pick is Michigan State versus Oregon. And so I'm actually going to see them in a special way. So I'll just leave that where it is. But I probably would never care to watch this game, but I like watching, similar to what I do in the NFL, kind of watching the competition. I like watching other top 10 or top like 25 teams play because I like to size up my team. I want to see, when I watch them, I want to see what Oregon looks like on the field. I want to see, because I know what Texas looks like, right? I know who we are. I want to see these other teams. I want to see, do they look fast? Do they get to the ball? I don't expect Michigan State to win at all here, but I do know that Oregon has struggled stopping the run and things like that. So I'm just kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to see what the hell is actually going on with Oregon, or if there's nothing going on, it just took them a minute because sometimes, you don't always show up to the party on time, but as long as you're there, that's what matters.
It is what
matters. All that matters. Yeah.
That is what matters.
I will say though, historically, I don't think Dan Lanning, the thing about him is can he win a big game? Can he win a big game? He always has talent, blah, 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 blah. Got it. But I'm just curious to see, because let's be honest, a lot of people would do anything to get Oregon's talent. Okay. So like and when I say anything, I'm including Texas. I'm including like people want the talent that Oregon is getting. So it's not like they're getting just like, oh, this 2-star, they're getting studs. They're getting the athletes, or getting the 5-stars, or getting the guys people want. So I just like to watch teams like that and see if you can see that on the field. Or if it's just, who the hell knows what you do when you go to school in Oregon? I can't even imagine, but.
Hey,
I
was
left
about to
it
say.
where it was
I was
at on
about to, no, no,
purpose.
no. I was gonna say. I had to catch myself. I was like, this is not where I need to say that about Oregon. But Oregon is just not to me. It's not my cup of tea. How about that? I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and that it is what it is. Yeah. But I like watching teams like that. I call them, like, this is gonna probably sound terrible, and maybe it's just a me thing. There are some top teams that I call them like off-brand teams, and it's not a knock on them. It's just they're just teams that are always around, but people really don't pay attention to, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people aren't going to line up to watch Oregon play Michigan State. It's just not going to happen. But like, if whoever Georgia plays, whoever Alabama plays, like, there's some teams like Ohio State, people want to see those teams play. Even Michigan teams want to see them play. I don't see that. Right. With Oregon, it's like, who are these guys? Like, what are we doing? So anyways, so that's the other game that I picked. And again, I'm not expecting like Michigan State to like do anything because I'm just not. But another game that it's football, so I'll watch it. It's on a Friday night. And at first I didn't like the Friday night games, but I'm starting to come around. How do you feel about the Friday night games?
Man, they had a few good ones here recently. As a matter of fact, I just got through talking about one earlier tonight. Syracuse and UNLV.
Ooh, and UNLV's ranked. That'll be a good one.
That will be.
Last week I think they had 2 games that were good too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like the Friday night games.
Yeah, they getting better. I gotta admit, they're getting better.
Yeah. I will say I used to like to go to like high school football games because obviously I live in Texas, and when you live in Texas, you go to high school football games because depending on what game you go to, it's a good game. Like, you're gonna see, a team. You have to buy your tickets on Tuesday so that you can get into the stadium, Friday. You got to show up early. It's like, it's real deal football. But I'm like, this year, I'm like, well, I just kind of watch these college games because now I can sit at home and not have to deal with high school students because, shout out to everybody that has a high school kid because, my goodness, they're different. They're an interesting group of people.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I shout out to y'all educators. Couldn't be me.
No. Yeah, somebody's like, why don't you teach high school? I'm like, no. Like, I would lose my sanity. Absolutely not. I have to deal with people that act like high school students all the time. There's absolutely no way I could do that. So anyways, I just want to say, if you don't have anything else I'm going to say this and then I'll open it for you if you have anything else to say, is about Quinn Ewers. So not everyone, but a lot of people are like, Arch Manning, his stats, he's this, he's that, he's woo, they should play him, he's so good, let's do it now, let's play him now, and let's lose, and let's just lose, and then if we lose this year, we can pick it up, and then we'll pick it up next year, and then next year, we'll go win the championship, and we'll win it, because we'll have Arch Manning, and he'll be trained, and he'll be understood, and it'll all be great. Here's the thing. When Arch Manning is ready to be an alpha and go take Ewers' job, I will 100% be behind Arch Manning. A. B, if you really believe that the Texas Longhorn football program is allowed, and I'm saying allowed because allowed is code word for boosters. So if you think the Texas Longhorn football boosters are going to be okay with start just guy and seeing what happens and hope for the best and develop, that is absolutely not how boosters work at the University of Texas. It's not going to happen because that is not how it's ever worked at the University of Texas, and it's not going to start now. And you have to understand that the boosters, they run part of this Texas football program. They always have, they probably always will. It just is what it is. So that's the second thing. The third thing is this team was built for Ewers. The recruits came for Ewers. The team that decided to come back, that was going to declare and go to the NFL draft last year, came back for Ewers. You don't then get to say, hey, this guy has played 2 really good games, one game against ULM, which who the fuck is that? And the second game against Mississippi State. Like, hey, cool. Now it's your job. That's actually not how college football works. And to be quite frank, that's actually not how life works. Like, that's not how this works. You don't get, that's not how this Texas football program works. And if you are an actual fan of the Texas Longhorn football program, you know this because you know the history. You want to know why? We went through this before. We already went through this. We went through it with Colt McCoy. We went through it with Casey Thompson. We went through it with Vince Young. We went through it like, do I need to continue to list? Like, we've gone through this before. So that's all I'm saying is, like, history matters. Like, let's pay attention to what history is telling us about this program. And you can't just do things because it sounds good. There's more to it than just, we'll just replace them and it's okay if we lose. Like, that's not how it works. Sark is getting paid, what, $11 million, $12 million? He also knows he has to appease these boosters. So don't you think for one second that he is not playing this exactly how it has to be played, because he gets it. You want to know why? Because it's politics. Because politics is everywhere. It's political. This is what you have to do. You have to maneuver. You have to do these things. So I'll get off the soapbox, but I'm just saying that because I get it. Arch looks good. He's a Manning. It looks shiny. He can throw a deep ball. It looks fantastic. You don't watch the game. You're looking at the box score, and then you look at the stats, and you're like, oh, yeah, that guy is way better. Here's how I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You didn't say that when Ewers went up there and beat Michigan. That's not what you said. And Michigan is a better team than anybody that Arch Manning has played, and he was on the road. So that's all I'm saying. So when Arch comes in, and I've said this, and I'll say this till the cows come home, I quite frankly, Rawhide, I don't care if you played quarterback at the University of Texas. I would be cheering for you at quarterback at the University of Texas. I don't care who plays quarterback. Whoever does play quarterback, though, I need him to know that he's the quarterback and he's going to be an alpha and he's going to go out there and he's going to do his thing. So whoever that is, that's what's going to happen. But let's not act like we don't understand this Texas Longhorn football program and how it's operated for forever, probably. I don't know I don't know. You can probably tell me more than I know. I don't know if it's always been like this as far as like the booster thing goes, but I do know that we've had plenty of quarterback competitions and things over the last 20 years. And it always happens the exact same way. So that's just how it is. Vince Young didn't even start when he came in. Fucking Vince Young. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I'm off the soapbox. You can say whatever you want to say, but I just wanted to say that because I feel like I always say, I will never go in about somebody else's team because I don't really know what's happening in their space. I don't really know their fan base. I don't know their coaches. I don't know their history. I actually don't know. Doesn't matter how much football I watch. I don't know what happens at Washington's program. So I can't come up here and be like, Washington should do this because I know. I don't know. So I just wanted to speak on behalf of the Texas Longhorn football program and nothing. And if you don't know, if you're listening to me on the playback and live and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go Google the past quarterback shit that has happened at the University of Texas. You will find it. It is readily available for you to do. So I'm not making this up. It is a real thing with quarterbacks at Texas, a real thing. So I'm done. Go ahead, Rawhide.
I felt like some of those bullets was for me, but it sounded like some of those bullets was for a lot of other people. I don't know. I don't know. But I do have a question.
I do have
Sure.
a question. Is Ewers back next game?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then nothing else matters.
That's it. He's a starter. And I've said this, I don't know if you remember, I said this a while back when we were live, and I said the second Arch is ready to take Ewers' job will be the second I will say, go get him, Arch. Go get him. Go do it. Go take the job. Why would I not want him to do it? Go
One more
take it.
question. One more
Don't
question.
matter. What's up?
Okay. If something happens and Ewers has a setback, Arch plays that game and beats Oklahoma well.
Then again, that is usually so. Texas history says that is exactly what will happen at some point if Ewers has a bad game. That's how, if you go look at how these other quarterbacks got their starts, that was it. And that's my point, is that's why Sark can't just, like, we're in a bye week. In a bye week, he can't come out and be like, Arch is the starter. What? You can't do that. You have to wait until in the game something happens. And like I said, in the game, if it happens and you pull Ewers and Arch gets in there, cool, go Arch, go get him. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't just make these decisions, because I'm telling you, historically, the University of Texas, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. There's been a lot of instances where there's been a quarterback problem, and they either pulled him too fast, boosters weren't having it, or they pulled him at just the right time, and the boosters were like, all right, screw that guy, we're moving on to this guy. But you have to play it perfectly. You have to play it perfectly. That's all I'm saying. And so it was for you, because I know you said some stuff. It was for Law, because I know Law said some shit. It was for General Vic. It was for Solid Gold. It was for Jack Boy. It was for every single person that was on the panel that was talking about things like y'all usually do, without somebody taking a time to take a deep breath and go, let's look at the history of Texas and quarterbacks. Because it's a touchy subject if you go look at the history of Texas quarterbacks. It's touchy. It's very, very, very touchy. Very touchy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, clearly you say.
But that's also why I'm like, don't come at me with that. When he's ready, he'll get the job. And as soon as he gets the job, you know what I'll say? Screw that other guy. This is our quarterback. And like I said to General Vic, if Arch Manning comes in and he sucks, you know what I'll be saying? Screw that guy too. Bring in the next guy. Like, I don't care who it is. I don't care if freaking Isaiah Bond starts playing quarterback. I mean, he's good. If he's going to help us win, let him play quarterback. I don't care.
I got you. I got you. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there where it lay. I'm gonna leave that right there. Hey,
I was just gonna say, Law with the super chat. Love the R&R show every Thursday, 6:30 Eastern. Oh,
he's
let
insane.
me give him a special. Oh yeah, go Vivo. Vivo.
You mind highlighting C Lotta? He gifted 5.
Where?
Right.
It's a super chat.
Membership gift.
Oh,
There you go.
Who got him?
All right, yeah. Let me say, C Lotta, man, I appreciate you for the gift. Who is that? Is that Lit Reader? Is that what that is? Lit Reader?
You know what's crazy? I don't see any of that.
Oh, you don't? Oh, yeah. Oh, my fault. Well, I don't think they pulled it and showed it over there. I think it's something YouTube must do. So it's a LITREADRR. And then we got a Tremel Keller, Molly Mall. I don't know who that is, but
okay.
All right. And Fat Steel. I've seen that person before. Fat Steel.
Okay.
And the last one is Trigger Warning. No, it's not the last one, but Trigger Warning. You've seen him before, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's Trigger Warning. I think he changed his name. I think his name was something else before that.
Oh, okay then. And Panda 1725S.
That's funny.
Membership. Yep. I agree.
Well, it's kind of, I wonder why I can't see it.
Because I think it was a YouTube generated thing.
Oh, and so StreamYard, it didn't kick to StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So let me go to the comments. Let's see. I did this last time so smooth. Okay, here it goes. Oh, so this is the beginning. Don't start rawhide. Shake my head. I believe you really. The Steelers were robbed last week. Listen, they didn't get a lot of calls, but they also didn't do themselves any favors. So that offensive line needs to get itself figured out ASAP. I love volleyball. Do you love volleyball or do you just like the tights? I'm just asking. Just asking. So we have a Trump 2024 with the black fist that always trips me out. That will forever trip me out. Forever. And we have another Trump 2024 with the black fist. Woo boy.
Okay, well, who's that person? Who's that?
Oh, I got rid of it. Once I go through them.
Is that a male or female? Jaquel.
Looks like a, I don't know. Why? You trying to see if you're going to see a black woman say that shit?
That's what I was looking for. How do you know that's what I was looking for? That's what I wanted to know. That's what I was wanting to know.
You know that's why I said, "Oh, this makes a lot of sense."
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to say. No.
You knew what I was looking at. Black, yeah, that's how Donald Trump. Black people. I'm like, woof. The standards are so low for you guys. So Goat says y'all done got her started.
Yeah, that's when you was at your
evening really flawed chat.
Yeah.
I'm excited. What did I just walk into? Rawhide lighting the match and then walking away from it.
Yeah.
That was a super chat. Really looked like A1, A2, A3. How many licks did it take?
It must have been something going on.
No. I think that was in regards to me congratulating Bill Clinton for teaching people about blowjobs. Yeah. Thanks, Bill Clinton. Always remember what Democrats do for you guys. Dan Quinn was the man. He really was last year. He had that defense doing what they're supposed to do. Football should never be started until noon, no later than 7:30. Seriously. I would love that. Liver shots, finish them. Oh, because Rawhide says I do too much. Why Boise hasn't moved up in conferences? So I think this is similar to like North Dakota State. I don't know how good Boise State's other sports are. Because if they're just going to come up and like compete in football, but then everything else get blown out, there's no point. They could make more money having those teams pay them to come play them as opposed to trying to move up. But what do you think, Rahim?
Yeah, and you got to get an offer. You know, they don't really control that. They don't, I mean, they have to be offered something to come,
And do you watch Boise State play anything but football? Like I've never even seen like, oh, Boise State's playing basketball today. Like I've never even, no. As a Dolphins fan, I prefer Cam Ward. I don't know who that's in regards to. Over who?
I think he may have been saying that for Shador. I think we were talking about Shador at one time.
I think I kind of like Jalen Milroe for the Dolphins. That's my new thing for the week. I think he adds something to that team. Ref have a clause in their contract, no media interview, even after being employed. NDA for everybody, even in retirement. So now, you know what? Nope. I'm leaving it alone. Because that even pisses me off more. Why do you need an NDA?
You have to preserve the integrity of the game.
Okay, so we can't see that they're rigging it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
No, I ain't saying that. Now, just to let you know, Jaquel, if I'm saying that right, Jaquel Sutton is a guy.
Of course it is.
What? Why does that have to be a guy? I don't know. I don't get it.
No, Because most black men are the ones that are going to vote for Donald Trump over black women. That's just what's out there. And I'm not shocked. And the numbers are saying that they're making more inroads with black men, Hispanic men, than they are with women. That's just what the numbers say.
Who's making more inroads?
I have Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump. I couldn't teach. Now, I have my reasons on why I think that is, but we won't do this. This is a sports show. I could teach these days. Yeah, no, I can't either. I can't teach either. Oh, it's staying on business, put names on it. Yeah, I heard what was being said. Fat Steel. What's that to? What was that to?
Maybe that's to his membership.
Oh, I wish that sometimes maybe I need to start some of these. I feel like I wish that I could. I wish I would have saw them before, so that I could have started and talked about it. But who knows? Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to get better. Maybe I need to get better during this. So yeah, now people. Now we have a man saying, "I'm not voting for that guy."
Oh,
yeah,
y'all crazy.
It's always an interesting dynamic because yeah. And then Jungle Brothers said, I shared this show to all the Coach Prime haters. They'll feel at home over here comfortably. What is he saying?
Shout out. Appreciate it. I think he's saying he shared the show, like, I guess I'm assuming you and I, to all the other haters.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then he also said, you two are made for each other. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Possibly the two biggest melanated Coach Prime haters. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for paying attention. It's always people like you that make the show go around. And I finally said something that makes Outsider happy. He likes Milroe to the Dolphins. But yeah, I just think that Dolphins offense, I think, could benefit from having a mobile, a quarterback that could potentially escape out of the pocket. Not saying I want him to like that to be his thing, but I think that they could draw up some good things for him to be able to like do what he needs to do there. But again, this is what, October 3rd. So October 15th, I might think something different. Who knows? But anyways, that's the end of our show. Oh my God, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. Sorry about that. Is there anything else you want to share? Are there anything anybody wants to comment that we didn't talk about, that we should have talked about? I can't think of anything.
No, I'll just say, hey, appreciate you for sharing your time with me. We all know how precious time is as we age, so I appreciate that. But wonderful show, man. Wonderful show. It's fun each and every time we do it. Hilarious. And you were good today. Out your body.
and just so everybody knows, I'm wearing this color so I can match Rawhide's logo because I'm trying to be on brand. Just kidding. No. But seriously, I like doing these every week and just coming and talking. I think it's fun that we kind of talk a little bit before this and then we get to come on because it's like, I never know. I'm a Gemini, so I never know which of me is going to show up. So it's always fun to do this. So I appreciate you. And thanks for giving me your time. And hopefully you got some cool YouTube things coming up, some tips and tricks that you're going to
absolutely
be putting into practice.
Oh, yeah, that part. Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on that, though. I am working.
Awesome. So if you're here at the end of this or you're watching the playback, thank you for watching the playback. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all the things. If you want to join Rawhide's membership, you can click join. We don't have to be live. And once you do that, you can also connect your Discord to YouTube, and then you are all up in there and ready to go. And thank you to everybody that sent a super chat so I could show Bevo. I just want to acknowledge that, yes, I saw Bishop's horns down and I just ignored it because I'm a mature person, but I did see it, Bishop. So just so you know. But anyways, we'll see you all next week.
Peace.